Ambitious Woman TV. Yeah, Ambitious Woman TV. Welcome back to another exciting segment of Ambitious Women Crown TV. I am your show host and executive producer, lifestyle and abundance coach Kim Bullock Hennix, and I'm just so excited because this is episode number 5. And you know, I really look forward to actually just sharing and pouring into my ambitious women. But you know what? I also found out I got some ambitious men that are following me too. So kings and queens, welcome back as we get into it. Now, what's really amazing is that I just finished my ambitious women crown luxury retreat at the Bellagio. It was phenomenal. We had such an amazing time. The women who were present at the event, we laughed together, we cried together. Most importantly, we bonded. We bonded and we had such an extraordinary time being treated like royalty, being treated as a queen, and being able to connect with other like-minded, powerful queens, such as a time as this. What a remarkable way to start the year. We jumpstart January, and I've just got some incredible footage that I'm going to share with you today. And so thank you for joining me, and welcome back. Make sure you share it with a friend or a family member also about Ambitious Women Crown TV. Before I get into that, though, I want to also say some really amazing things really happened this month. And the month that I'm talking about, in case you're looking at the replay, is February, Black History Month. I was recently nominated for, get this, Best Nonfiction Book of the Year with Bay Awards. Let me tell you a little bit about Bay Awards. Let me backtrack. I was also nominated for Entrepreneur of the Year. Listen, Entrepreneur of the Year. Phenomenal. I'm just so excited. I really am. That's why when I tell you I'm excited, this year, this is only the first quarter. January knocked out an extraordinary retreat. February got 2 nominations from Courageous Woman magazine. The Bay Awards stand for Black Authors, Artists, and Entrepreneurs. It was a virtual gala. They had well over 150 people present at the online virtual gala. And it was beautiful. Jody Watley was present, and she received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Talisha Berry. Talisha Berry is the executive producer. No, excuse me. She is the publisher and the editor of Courageous Woman magazine. And what I love is the fact that she took the time out to honor Black entrepreneurs who are really making some great statements in the community. And so I was surprised, I'll be honest, I was surprised about Entrepreneur of the Year because the year just got started, okay? However, the work that I've been doing over the last few years is harvest time. It's harvest time. I've been pouring into others, sowing seeds, and it's just been a great opportunity to be able to now say, look, you know, thank God my work is finally paying off, right? So I'm just really excited about that. So let me tell you about this. This is what's interesting. When I found out that I was nominated for Inspirational Book of the Year in the Best Nonfiction category, I thought that was it. Okay, yeah, let me tell you the story. I thought that was it because that was all that I had seen. And, listen, being the busy queen that I am, I should have scrolled down and looked a little further. So I'm telling everybody, vote for me. Please take the time out. I need you to vote. I have been nominated for Inspirational Nonfiction Book of the Year. So I'm sending out links left and right, telling everybody. So people started writing me back, and they were like, hey, Kim, I voted for you in both categories. I'm like, both categories? What you mean both categories? Like, seriously. I had to understand what they were talking about. They're like, well, you know you were nominated for Entrepreneur of the Year, too. I was like, no, I did not. Okay, so that's what happens when you're just too busy. But needless to say, the awards was hosted on February 24th, and so everyone was present. And I'm sitting here, my heart is like pounding. I was nervous. And I'm sitting here like, why am I nervous? Just, take a deep breath. But I was really extremely nervous. And I had to take, a deep breath over and over again. My mother was there. My family was there. My children, all, the Ambitious Women Tribe. For those of you who made it, I thank you. But it was such a pivotal moment for me because when they announced the best inspirational book of the year, I want to tell you, I was so excited because this book that God told me to write years ago has been now twice nominated and honored as a best book, as a best seller, as a best inspirational. The first award that this book received was in January of 2021, and it was with Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine. And you see my sticky notes and all that. Look, yes, I do read my own book. Yes, I do. You see, I got notes and pads and everything. But I have to read it because I want to continually live what I teach. All right? I have to be authentic. So it was really important for me to make sure that I wrote this book. And I want to tell you a little bit more about the story behind it. But before I do that, so then Best Entrepreneur comes up, and I'm sitting here like sweating bullets, okay? Like, oh gosh, if I win this, that's gonna really put the icing on the cake. Because mind you, let me go back. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, let me calm down. Let me just give me a sip. Hold on. Okay, so in January of 2021, I was nominated in Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine as top 2 authors. Now, this was my first self-published book, okay, and first book that I did on my own. Now, you already know I did the second one, which was the Unleash Your Undeniable Impact, but that's an anthology. And not saying it's not important, but that's my second book. So I do have 2 books under my belt. However, what I'm going to share with you is that this book was my baby because God told me to write this book. Let's see, 2020, 2018. Let me cut down the volume on my phone. Don't you just love it? Huh? Listen, that's real life, okay? It's real life. So what ended up happening was in 2018, I had went to Path to Publishing, Act Like an Author, Think Like a Business conference. And that's where the vision of the book was birthed. Now, mind you, I went to the conference, loved it, was there first 3 days, on fire, told Coach Joy Lynn, I'm ready, I'm going to write this book. Went home, prayed on it. God had given me the title and the 10 chapters. After that, nothing else happened. So I went back the next year. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Life hit, your girl got busy, and I made excuses. I made excuses instead of a reason. Second conference comes back, Joylyn's looking at me, Joylyn M. Ross. She's looking at me and she's like, where's your book? I'm like, I'm still working on it. So I go to the conference and I'm just like, I don't have a book. I got to get it together. Because one thing about me, I'm a woman of my word. And when I tell you something, you better believe it's going to get done. Now, it may not get done in that instant, okay? But it will get done. And being that I had already told her I was going to do it, that was my word. So it bothered me that I showed up to that conference the second year with no book. So I looked her in the eyes and I said, all right, listen, I'm going to write this book because I know that somebody needs to hear the story. This was 2019, okay? Someone needs to hear this story. This was in September. And God put this in me, and I know that I have to get this out of me. I know that this is a really important book, okay? So during this time, I just said, I'm not going back to that conference embarrassed. I've given her my word the second time. I got to get this done. I got to get it done. And it was time. So what ended up happening was I went home, and I started actually writing out each chapter. Now, mind you, I already had the chapter's name. I already knew what the chapters were going to be. And let me go ahead, since we're talking about the chapters, we're going to get into it. And then we're going to get into the Ambitious Woman Crown, why this is so important. Chapter 1, Birth into Greatness. Chapter 2, Spiritual Warfare. Chapter 3, Crown On, Embracing Your Inner Queen. Chapter 4, Soul Sessions, one of my favorites. Chapter 5, Applying Proverbs 31 Principles as an Ambitious Woman. Chapter 6, being a glambitious woman of abundance. Chapter 7, the sacred Queen Esther detox. Chapter 8, heal your body, the B12 and magnesium secret epidemic. That's also one of my favorites because there's so many things I reveal and I unveil in that chapter that a lot of women don't know about, and men. And chapter 9 is kind of funny, but it's serious. Battling booty do. Yep, I said it. Battling booty do. Diastasis recti versus visceral fat. Okay, as women, we have babies. Sometimes that belly does not go away after you have kids, and then your belly sticks out further than your booty do. Okay, let's just keep it real. I was one of those people, and listen, I'm a work in progress. I'm not what I used to be, thank goodness. But I still got some work to do. And chapter 10. At this time when I wrote the book, I was still a married woman, and I knew it was important for ambitious women to balance marriage, family, and their mission. And that's what chapter 5 is, balancing marriage, motherhood, and your mission. The mission that you were called to serve. So here I am, praying, meditating, asking God to give me what to say in this book. And as I'm writing the book, it was very therapeutic for me because I talk about my childhood in the first chapter. But the wonderful thing, this is actually a guide. I don't talk about myself the rest of the book. I just introduce myself to you so that you can relate, so that you can connect with me. But what's really important is the fact that this is a guide to spiritual awareness, mental abundance, and physical healing. And that's what you're going to receive in this book. And so that's why I keep this with me, because it's a guide. It's a guide, and it's something that I use and I reference in my own personal life because I have to be my biggest testimony. I believe when you want someone to really change, when you want to inspire someone, you have to be what it is that you're telling other people, not just speak about it. So I said all that to say, this book, I started in October, November, December. I was done in February, 4 months, praying, meditating, writing, getting it out. I knew that I had to have this book done within a certain amount of time, but I try not to get emotional talking about it, but I'm human. At that time, God told me I had to get that book out by March. So the date was March 2020. That was the day I did my release. During this time, remember, the pandemic is coming about. We're getting shut down. I was so hurt and upset that I could not launch my in-person, book premiere. I mean, I had everything planned out. Everything was planned out. You know, I had the champagne, I had the books, I had the banner. I was so ready, and then the world stopped and shut down. I was like, oh no, we're gonna do this book launch. So I did an online virtual book party, which was very successful. Created it. It was amazing. We had such a good time virtually. We partied, did our thing. And what's so important to me is my husband, Walter Hennix, actually took this photo. I'm trying to point in the camera. There you go. There you go. On the front and the back. My husband did that. He was my photographer, my business partner, my king. And I miss him tremendously. So lo and behold, we do the launch in March. And I did not know why God had such a sense of urgency. And I thank God that I listened to him this time around. Because little did I know that I was going to lose my husband in August of 2020. So that's what, March, that's April, May, June, July, August. 5 months after launching my first book. Whew. So, this book is very sentimental to me because it was a message that had to be birthed. When you look at the title, The Birth of an Ambitious Woman, I'm not only speaking about the physical birth that takes place in the natural, talking about the emotional birth. Now I'm birthing myself as a widow. I'm transforming who I was. With every level in life, there's an evolution that takes place. There's a transformation that takes place. Death, disability, or divorce. We're all going to be faced with one, two, or all at one point in life. And this winning these awards, it's so meaningful because I feel as if I'm doing this in honor of my husband, who helped me with this book. And so it's so important. When you have a dream, follow it. Don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. You never know whose life you're going to change. So as I wrote the book, right, it was two different things that took place. The pandemic, where people are losing their mind, they're stuck in their homes, they can't go out to do the things they normally do. They're terrified, anxiety is at an all-time high. And I'm teaching women and men how to pray. I'm teaching them about hope and faith, things that I did not understand that God was putting in my spirit to share with them. How to cope through life, spiritual warfare, soul sessions, praying, going deeper in the spiritual realm, what I can do as an ambitious queen, showing up to reign supreme, right, with that crown on. The pandemic, we needed healing. The book provided healing. So many ambitious women wrote me and said, Queen Kim, this book, you just don't know how it changed my life. You don't know how this book really touched me. You helped me in areas that I didn't even know I needed help in. I didn't even know how to pray. I didn't understand what God truly meant in my life until I read this book. That's how I want to be used by God. That's how I want to serve and pour. And if nothing else, when my day comes to go, I want to make sure that I've used every gift and talent that God has given me. I don't want no stone unturned. I don't want to get to heaven one day and I'm walking and I'm looking on shelves and there's all these boxes with my name on it. And you ask God, what are all these boxes? And he says, these are all the unopened gifts that I had for you that you didn't use, that you didn't ask for. And you know, his word says we have not because we ask not, right? So it's up to us to choose. Are we going to show up and be everything God divinely created us to be? Could you imagine had I put this book off another year? The retreat wouldn't have happened, right? Because in the retreat, there was powerful tools and things that I used to teach this. I took parts of the book, created master classes, helped to heal women. But most importantly, I'm glad my husband was able to see this book birthed into fruition and to be a part of that. And now look, it's won Best Inspirational Non-Fiction Book of the Year. Do you know how huge that is to me? Whew. Had to get into that. All right. So Best Entrepreneur of the Year comes, and I'm nervous and I'm shaking. And I did not win that category, but that's okay. Because as long as I was nominated, that right there shows someone's paying attention. Someone's paying attention and someone is watching. Someone's getting a breakthrough. Somebody is learning. Somebody's growing. And if I can help anyone, that's all that mattered at the end of the day. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to show you some highlights from Ambitious Woman Crown. Let's get into that now. Come on, let's get into it. Whew, I try not to cry. That's why I keep some tissue up here. Oh, gosh. I start leaking when I talk about my husband because he meant so much to me. But I know he's looking down on me. So for the Ambitious Woman Crown, oh my goodness, I'm going to talk about day one in this segment. And then you got to watch the other ones because there's so much to unwrap. and unpack. Oh, wait a minute. I got one more thing that happened. Oh gosh. So, Woman's World sent me this. And I'm so blessed. Do you know that they featured your girl? Gosh, I had another win. Tell you, when you show up and you do what you're supposed to do in life, God will do what he knows he can do. Right? When the teacher's ready, the students will appear. Get ready. Look at this. So I was featured in Woman's World magazine. Look at that. Can you stand it? For the second time, mind you. And the story was just so powerful. They did, to get this cover, to get this cover here, which, what is that called? The inner, it's not the cover, but the inner, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's big. Okay? But, yeah, they sent me these books and they let me know, hey, we covered your story again, and this was about me detoxing my life, detoxing my body, and just really getting in alignment. And I'm telling you, in the book, remember how I talk about the Queen Esther detox, right? Well, in the book, it's really important that you learn what foods to eat, learn what herbs that you need to take. It's a lot of natural things that I believe in that I feel we need to take. Okay, where is page 49. I'm like, where am I? I'm fumbling, looking all over the place. All right, here we go. Apple cider vinegar is amazing. There we go. So cool. All right, and so what's featured in the main cover, good grief, I can't get my words right, but y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? On the centerfold, yes, there we go. Golly, that, in the centerfold. And what a blessing, it's in a national publication. God is so good. He's so good. So yeah, let's get into Ambitious Woman Crown. For day one, it was about Queendom Protocol. And we opened up with a morning prayer and meditation. Then we had Lucretia Harrison, who was featured episode 2, right? Talk about sovereign, stress-free living and natural products and things that she uses to cleanse her body, to heal her body. I'm a firm believer that everything we need to heal our bodies is here on earth. You don't have to take a pill for everything. Now, certain things you do, right? Certain things you will need surgery. I'm not saying do not listen to your physician. Let me say that disclaimer right now. Okay? Please listen to your physician. However, if your body responds excellent to natural remedies, then use them. Okay? Then my daughter, Kayla Bullock Johnson, I'm so proud of her. She spoke on I Began as a Princess. She had us all leaking in the room. We had tissue. I mean, it was a trip. We all were just like boo-hooing because her story was so powerful. And it helped us to realize as mothers the voice of our youth, to hear a teenager's perspective on what we need to do as mothers to be better. We can still learn. We don't have all the answers. And as parents, we have to recognize that there's days where we won't have all the answers, but we have the resources. We have the resources to look and to grow and to learn. And most importantly, you got your child. Ask them. Talk to them. Find out what it is that you can do to be of better servants. Yes, I said it, better service to your child. So it was really good hearing a different perspective and a different point of view on what we can do as mothers to be the best version of who we are. Children are God's gift, and we want to take care of these gifts. Then I spoke about answering your call to queen, and I love that. When you answer your call to queen, that's when you know that you've come into your awakening. See, everyone has a title, but do you know your name? You got to answer the call. And when you answer the call, I want you to answer it and show up powerfully. Answer it and show up powerfully. Then we had Queen Things, and we're speaking with Soribel Martinez and Jacqueline Cabo Harrison with the Royal Reform for Emotional Healing. And that was a powerful video presentation that took place. And the queens were recognizing that emotional intelligence is so necessary. And it's often a characteristic or a trait that gets overlooked. Are we taking the time to grow personally and develop our intellect and our emotional intelligence as queens? Because when we do that, it allows us the ability to make wiser choices in life. And then I closed that evening with 2 more VIP sessions, the privilege of royal access. Oh gosh, listen, the privilege of royal access. Everyone should not have access to you, first of all. I had to learn that. There's a lot of people and things I had to cut off. And it was for health reasons. Yes, it's not selfish. It's called being self-full. You have to learn that when you take the proper self-care, that's love for your body, that's health for your emotions, pouring into you, becoming self-full so that you can continue to pour and serve others. So the privilege of royal access, I really dove deep into the power of your royal inheritance and who you are. And with that access, it will open doors that only God can open, but no one else can shut. And then I closed with mastering the art of abundance, shifting reality to manifest miracles. That's something that a lot of us have, but don't know how to properly execute. And what I'm going to share is, in order for anything to be manifested here on earth in the natural, it first has to be manifested in the supernatural realm. So you got to come out next year. You know, I'm not going to go into details and the techniques that I use. You got to come out next year, queen, so you can learn how to have quantum leaps, how to win back-to-back multiple awards, how to stand out in your community as the expert you are, how to reign supreme as a queen. Come out next year. I'm going to have it in July of 2023, and I'm going to reveal the location shortly. I just feel that it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So check out day one, the highlights, the clips, the fun, the camaraderie. Oh, and let me tell you, day one was denim and diamonds. The queens came and they were looking fabulous with their denim outfits on, and they blinged it out with their favorite, either diamonds, any kind of glitz they had or glam. You know, that's what I'm all about, queens, okay? But it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. So check out these clips, and I'll see you back next week. Crown on. single parent home, my kids didn't disappear. So now I'm even busier. Then I added some puppies. Okay, now I'm even busier. But what I do is I record myself speaking what I want to see. So if you don't have time to say it, listen to it. In your car. Come on, you in your car. Instead of listening to, the latest, hottest song that's out, listen to your affirmations first. I'm not saying don't listen to the songs at all, but you want to hear it. And it's so powerful hearing your own voice. Yes. Because your brain responds better to your voice than anybody else's. So what you want to do, Queen, is while you're driving, listen to your affirmations. Right before you go to bed, go fall asleep, listen to my affirmations. My affirmations are programmed on Alexa. I say, crown on. Here she come with it. Queen, you are embracing your royalty. You are God's gift. It's all about how you decide you want to organize your life. Yeah. There's always an answer for every, obstacle or situation that we face. So don't speak it. If you say, hey, I don't have time to speak it, then don't. But listen to it, because faith comes by hearing over and over again, and you're programming your brain for success and to strategize in your favor instead of your defense. Okay, Harrison, and she's speaking also on rural reform, emotional healing, and this is really important because, like I said, for those of you who are just now joining us, you have to heal internally before you'll start manifesting externally. Or, well, let me rephrase that. Before we start manifesting the right way, the right stuff, the healthy stuff. You'll still manifest, but it's not going to be what you want. It's going to be toxic as hell. Okay, let's keep it real. And you're going to realize that I'm in this vicious cycle of lack. And see, God takes pleasure in pleasing you. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you can't be a queen and have riches and dominate and be successful and love God. Right? Just because he says Jesus was humble, no, he's talking about he was humble as far as being meek and not being cocky and arrogant. Okay? Jesus chose to be a carpenter. Okay, fine. That was his gift. All right? That was his talent.
And emotional and mental health is very important. And embarking a journey of healing and transformation is as important and working. I'm going to be here just for a few minutes. I know you guys are going to be here.
Like I said, I had to clean my body, and pretty much your body can heal itself. So, another thing. So we're going to talk about the CBD and the medical benefits. It's an anti-inflammatory. It helps with all types of things: stress, anxiety. It's a list of stuff down here: digestive issues, let's see, AIDS, ADD. Some of this stuff they still don't research.
That caused that stress to build up in you. Did you look back that far to?
Well, I didn't look back that far. It was just a point that I had been in so much pain for so long. Right. It started after my first child. I had cesareans with both of them. Bad menstrual. Like cramping to where I couldn't go to work. Just like always pain. And I was just used to going to the doctor getting medicine. Taking the medicine. And then eventually it wouldn't work no more. The painkillers wouldn't work. I ended up, like I said, I got the hysterectomy before I went on a health journey. Had I did it the opposite way, I probably would have never had to have the hysterectomy. But I just wanted to get rid of the pain. So people were saying, well, maybe it's fibroids. I didn't have fibroids. My mother had fibroids. She ended up having a hysterectomy. That's what made me go to my doctor. And I told her, well, I wanted it out anyway because I was in so much pain.
So what was the other word? The peace. What is it? What is that other word? It ain't fibroids, but it's like build up scar tissue. What it's called?
Endometriosis? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Endometriosis. That's what I had. Okay. When she went to do my surgery, it was supposed to take 3 hours. It ended up being 5 hours. Because my abdominal wall was stuck from the cesarean and the scar tissue.
Wow.
My insides was just like messed up. So I wish I had learned about the healthy way first before I did that.
A lot of women
because it's
say
the
that.
way you can heal your body.
Yes.
I healed my body. I feel like 100 times better. It was times when I couldn't even go.
Royalty in England. Tip number three is practice proper etiquette. This is important because no princess should have a rude or nasty attitude. Tip number 4 is handle everything with grace. Even though you're a princess, you've got to learn how to handle the inner diva. Everyone always knows, classy always wins.
Woo! Classic, baby.
Tip number 5 is know your worth. In order to love others, you got to love yourself. By maintaining a strong sense of personal value and worth, you're ensuring that others will always treat you right. And my question for you guys is, if you had a chance to go back to being a princess, what would you tell your younger self?
All right, so we're going to have each person, we'll start with Shanita, go around. One thing that you would tell yourself, your younger self,
Oh,
that you know now.
okay. I would honestly tell my younger self to not allow others to take advantage of you and not give more of yourself to others than they're giving back in return.
That's it. All right.
Next queen.
What I would tell my younger self is, your mother's right, Amy. You need to physically go to the etiquette class. You need to take your dance lessons, your piano lessons. It's going to pay off in the long run. You won't
Yes.
see it now, younger self, but you'll see it, especially when you're 42.
Come on. 42 and 5, baby. What? Yes. All right.
I would say not to take life so seriously. I would tell my younger self that. I've always been that type.
What I would tell my, what's it called?
Younger
Princess,
self.
my younger self, is just to enjoy the now, really. Like, I feel like back then, well, actually no, I believe I'm better now. Like, I would get like anxiety or worry about like my future, like, oh, I feel like I should be doing this more because I'm at this age. But now, like, looking back, I'm like, what was I worrying about? Like, God got me, you know.
Yes, he did.
So I would tell myself to like enjoy the now and, you know, enjoy what you have, because you're gonna get it one way or another.
Take better care of myself, to, you know, just be a better me, love more, cherish more, and to, you know, just enjoy life as it comes at you. Don't take everything so serious, you know, and to pursue my passion. You know, I can do it, pursue it, and like I said, just love harder, you know, meeting new people, you know, just come out of myself, you know, a little more. So that's about it.
Okay.
Better health, better wealth.
Yes, yes.
So, what I would tell my younger self is to just be more patient, more loving and more kind to yourself. We tend to want to do what everyone else is doing. So I would say to don't follow the masses. When they go right, you go left.
I would tell my younger self to be more mindful with finances, to be more conscious about the future.
I would tell my younger self to say yes more. Don't be afraid of doing whatever is presented to you. Right? I remember as I look back, there are a lot of things that I said no to because I didn't think I could do it, or you know, another person in my class I thought would be better at it because her clothes were better or she was cuter. Girl, please. Say yes more. Just do it.
I know that's right.
If I were to say anything to my younger self, I would have said, kind of piggybacking on what you said, listen to your mother, she's right. Something that she has always instilled in me was this one saying. She said, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. And in my adult life, I live by that. But if I had listened, if I really paid attention to that more and been a little bit more confident in who I was and have the right people around me from a younger age, I probably would have developed better, stronger relationships from back then, as opposed to now being almost 48 and starting over and still trying to develop those friendships now.
Awesome. And for me, wait, I can't go.
Oh,
She just skipped
sorry.
Amazing mom. So for me, queens, I would tell myself, it's all right if you battling booty. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Amazing mom.
Amazing mom. I'm just playing. Oh, y'all know that's a chapter in my book. I had to go there. Okay, so for me, I would have said to definitely prepare financially better, because when you're young, you know, you're out there blowing money left and right. And then, you know what I'm saying, you get older and you look at your bank account, you be like, what happened to all that money? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would have invested it more in myself instead of on material things. Because I like, don't get me wrong, nigga, girl do like, you know what I'm saying, some nice stuff. But I'm learning that when I invest in me for my personal development, you always win. You always get a return on investment on that, you know? So I would have invested in more on personal development, more on my business. I'm thinking like, gosh, I could have been a millionaire by now had I really flipped the coin right. But it's okay. I'll be a millionaire at 48, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. Right. Okay, Des, we're going to come back to you, and then Kayla can close.
I would tell my younger self, I'm still working on myself. So like I'll say like personal growth and development, but I always worked since I was 14. That's all I did was work. So I would tell my younger self to, I don't know, I guess I should have lived a little, like I stopped sports and everything to work. And that's still how I am to this day.
Yes,
Yeah, so definitely like I need to slow it down.
Yes. Yes, I love it. All right, so definitely we're going to take those words, and even when someone else says something, I'm sure that you gather it, you know. I'm playing. I'm just teasing.
I would tell my younger self to focus on me more and not depend on anyone else to do something for me, or just like think of someone else that's like better than me or prettier than me. I'm like, no. I like the way who I am right now, and I can't let anyone else tell me who I am.
Amen. Describe her in one word. When you first see her, what's the word you see in that queen or princess? Okay. But, you know, you can show it to them. They're going to see you right now. I was going to say, but don't show it to them, but yeah, we got to. Okay. The next one is...
Always having a clear understanding of what it is that they need in their lives next. And please. These tips I'm going to give you is to help you be able to heal, to help you be able to move past that. Okay, now these are just a few tips, just something for you to start practicing and using right away. So first is return to your core, right? Your core is who you are at the core. We were taught as women, especially black women like us, that we are supposed to take care of everyone else. We are supposed to be a good wife, a good mother. We are supposed to take care of our parents when they get older.
Ambitious women because she needed the positivity. She wanted to gain knowledge and experience. This is her first time, and she thought that being here amongst all these women would help her have a different perspective. And based on what I heard her say in her introduction earlier, with working since she was 14, ambitious. Definitely ambitious.
All right.
Okay. She's a travel CNA. And she's in school now to become a registered respiratory therapist. She has 10 months to go.
All right.
My second queen was Queen Shanita. She came to Ambitious Women because she's only accepting royalty.
Come on now. Hey.
Okay.
That's it, baby.
She has a shapewear line designed by herself.
Yes. Come on, Queen.
Okay. And
yes.
She's executive director of a health and wellness company and an author as of last year.
Come through, Queen. Come through.
And when I saw this queen, I said, wait. First of all, she's a phenomenal woman, right?
All right.
And then second, she has to be doing something, either in healthcare or fitness or something, because the waist is snatched.
Baby, the waist is snatched, baby. The waist is snatched.
T-shirt. But
yeah.
wait, the waist is what I know
but
Come
you
on.
can't say, Queen, I love your waist.
That's the part that's the shaper that I have.
Yes, baby,
I
yes.
need that.
You need the shaper, baby. All right, Maxine,
All right.
Lucretia, and then Tatiana and Andrea. We just go through everybody, because I like this. I like y'all speaking over each other.
All right. So the first queen I got to interview was Andrea down there.
Queen Andrea!
Yes. And the word that I got for her, I decided to write that she is a beautiful queen.
Yes.
Because her skin is flawless.
Come on, Andrea! What's the secret, girl? What's the secret?
I'm looking for lines. I was so out of pocket. I asked her how old she was because I just was like, how are you so pretty down there? So I decided, I wrote that she was a beautiful queen.
Yeah.
She said that she came to Ambitious Woman Crown because she wanted to, for networking, to meet new people and to love on us.
Yeah.
She came.
This woman right here is a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she gives her all and everything that she does.
She
I just love her. Most beautiful person.
She's a gift to the world.
Yes, she is a very beautiful gift.
Yes, she is.
Amen. Yes.
Queen, you were created to shine. Come on. Yeah, yeah.